Good morning. Today I'm going to do a catch-up day, get stuff done, things that I've put off for the last few days because I've been out a lot, especially with the bank holiday weekend. We did quite a lot of visiting stores and purchasing things that were on our wish list. Those videos are slowly going up and you should be seeing most of them now. There is a queue system. I do have quite a few videos and they're all lined up. So I'm hoping you will follow along and watch all my videos. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and like my videos. It does help me, and it also makes me realise exactly what other viewers are interested in. As I said in one of my vlogs, I try and do things that also the viewers would like, but it is my day-to-day living. This is how I live. This is me, and I try and take you along as much as I can. Certain family members do not want to be on camera, which I can understand, and we have been obviously looking after our granddaughter on odd occasions, and we're trying to keep her out of the videos as much as we can. But I hope you can understand that. That's just for privacy for her and her family. As I said, this is getting stuff done day. I'm going to stop waffling and get on, and I'll show you where we got to so far. This is the first day I've been in for quite some time, so I'm just going with it. I'm going to spend the day in and get things done. This is our bedroom. As I keep saying, this room does usually stay tidy. It's one of my favourite rooms of the home. I have made our bed, but I would like to wash the bed in. Again, I've said this before, I like to wash the bed in, hang it out, get it dry and put it straight back on the bed. I've made our bed for the time being because I have got a list on my to-do list to get done today. I've done my son's room. I've taken all the bedding, that's in the washing machine, that should be now finished. The guys have been at work for a little while now, so I've really ploughed on. If I get on quite early on in the day, in the morning, as soon as they've left, then I do actually tend to get everything done. If I start watching YouTube, sometimes I watch YouTube while I'm doing my jobs, as I've said before, because often you see my laptop in the background or something, but I really haven't put it on yet this morning, and I'm trying to get things done. So the other thing is, if we come round, better late than never. I've still got the bookcase to put in my cupboard upstairs, the walking upstairs cupboard, still having the time, but look at this. This is what's been stacked here. We're in the games room at the moment. This is the Easter and spring decor. As I said, better late than never. I was going to get those boxes put up in the loft and just leave that one down. We decided to wait, and now I've got my large box that I paid $9.99 from Rock Bottom, so I can start putting this all away, plus all the Easter baskets and pieces that have come back from relatives. As I said, then they all can hopefully go in the loft when the guys come home this evening. Right, the washing machine has just finished, so I'm going to go and put my son's bedding out on the line. But each day I try and do one load of washing because it keeps it up to date. But beans, I've been out a bit. It's not always get done because what's been happening, it's been fine first thing in the morning, then by about dinner time it started raining, but we're supposed to be in for some hot weather this weekend, and at the moment it's fine, so I'm trying to get as much washing and catch up. I do have different loads of washing. I presume everybody's the same. Like there's my bedding wash, then towels, bath mats. I also have a white wash, dark wash, delicates, and also jeans, which is what's going on next because they take the longest to dry, especially my husband's best jeans because he needs them for the weekend. I know he's only worn them a couple of times, but I still like to wash them. And these all go inside out when they get washed. And I've got two pairs of my dark leggings, my jeggings, sorry, because obviously sometimes the dye still can come out. So I like to put those all on a half wash. As I said, it depends on the day and what weather looks like, also to what wash I put on, because if I know it's going to be quite a decent day, then yeah, I'll do all the heavy stuff. So that's what I'm going to do now, and as I say, I'm going to get my son's washing hung out. Right, I've got my son's bedding out, I've done his pyjamas, and I've done that little twist for a granddaughter. I haven't actually managed to get the little mini stain out of it, so I'm going to consider trying it again. If not, I might use the material to make a little bedding set for the bed for the doll's house, because it's Peppa Pig, but we'll see about that. I'm not going to waste it, and I will do something with it. Another wash that I didn't mention when I go through my list is I do have a work clothes wash, which is hubby's, who's an engineer, and my son, who's a mechanic. So that when that's all done, I have to put the machine on an empty wash on a clean cycle, just to make sure the drum is completely clean of oil and everything like that. So yes, the slide is still there. I don't know if it's going this weekend. I've also got a mower to go to my son's house. We are away this weekend. We're at St Neots in Bedfordshire. Hopefully we're visiting some of my family this time. So it depends what time we get back on Sunday, is whether actually we manage to take some of the stuff. My son, when he drops our granddaughter off, may take one of the items like the mower with him. I don't know. It depends on what he's got in his car at the time. So I'm going to move on now. I'm sorry for the noise. A neighbour is having some work done. Right, finished making his bed. Not 100% sure whether I'm going to do mine today or not, but I want to get the bath towels and possibly the bath mats washed, so I might do that next. Now, I do actually change the bedding once a week on both the beds. And when my son and his now wife used to live here as well, used to get that washed every week. I don't know about anybody else. I love clean bedding. I love getting in fresh sheets, but I can't have the time or energy to do it every day. But I will say during the summer, sometimes I can do the beds 2 or 3 times in 1 week, especially if it's a nice weather wash, get them on the line dry and put them back on the bed as I said. But most of the year it's once a week at least. Again, excuse the noise, next door but one is having some scaffolding put up the outside of the house. I think they're possibly doing the roof, so there is a fair bit of noise. And then I've just got some laundry of my son's to put away. So I'm glad I got that done, and I kept looking out the window because I heard a van actually with reversing, because I am actually due to have my Iceland delivery shop delivered today. Right, a couple of videos ago I said I was having trouble with my laptop, and we was hoping we'd solved it because hubby changed the fuse in the plug of my charger because the laptop just wasn't charging up, and he reckoned it was this part. Now, he kindly last night went to Curry/PC World and he got me a new one, which is this one. It was $39.99, and hopefully, and there's the box, hopefully this may have solved the problem. Fingers crossed. Hubby wants to buy me a new laptop, and I said no, not at the present time. I'm quite happy with mine. I love this one. I know you can get them small. Hubby's is a lot bigger than this. I have actually borrowed his the other day because mine just was playing up. He's talking about buying me another one. I said, oh, we might wait till the end of the year and see what else happens, because I'm not trying to be negative, but we have emergency funds in our bank account. I always have, and you never know the unexpected, so I'd rather wait and see if this works. Now I've got my new charger. My son has already got a laptop anyway, and so has hubby, so if it did completely go, I'm sure I can lend, well, they'll let me borrow one. I did actually borrow hubby's, and I think he's glad to have it back. So most things were done on my phone for the last 3 or 4 days, which is a bit bummed because I do like watching my videos sometimes and checking them on a bigger screen, especially when you're tired and it's the end of the day. It's just nice. It's different looking on a small screen on your phone. So fingers crossed that is now solved. It did charge up last night when hubby got the cable home, and it seems to be okay. Fingers crossed it is. But I'm quite proud of my laptop. This was a gift from hubby. I've had it a fair few years now, and I think it's, well, I don't want to swap it out. This was my own laptop, my first own laptop. Previously we've had PCs that the family shared or the laptop was shared, but we have actually got 3 laptops now. Mine, hubby's got one, and I say my son's got one. So it wasn't too hard, but a case of doing everything on the phone wasn't actually acceptable. Don't mind doing it on the odd occasion, say we're away any length of time or away for the weekend and I just want to upload something very quickly, if I can get decent internet. A lot of the time now I use my own internet, or I use hubby's internet service, because they've both been increased to compensate for all the times that we are away in the caravan, so we've got internet. A lot of places we go to, they do actually have internet service. The only problem is it's not usually very good. You can do the basics, probably emails and things like that, but it's not usually strong enough to get the information you want always. So that's why we like to use the internet service on our phones. So a little bit of a waffle there. I want to go and get the Easter stuff now, put in that new box. I'm also, as I said, waiting for my Iceland food shop to be delivered again. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it in this video or it will be separate. It depends on how long this happens to be. So that's usually, let me have a look. Yeah, that's due any time now, between 12 and 2. So I've got a lot of stuff, food stuff coming, because that's what we're going to take away with us this weekend. So I just thought I'd just say that. So I don't know what the quality of my videos have been for the last few days. I've tried my hardest. It's just to say I just like things on a bigger screen. I don't know if anybody else is the same. I just find it easier to do it on the laptop than I do my phone. I piece it together usually on the phone, but I normally like to double check it on the laptop before I make it public. I've had the odd occasion where after I've uploaded it from my phone and I've gone on my laptop and thinking, oh, that person's making funny faces, or one of my family members is prattling around, or so half the time I'm just leaving it in. There has been a few issues that family members like me to leave. I wouldn't call them bloopers, but when I make funny faces, or I'm doing this when I start my video, I did it actually this week I think, and stuck my tongue out and everything, because I tend to try and do any voiceovers or major editing or things like this when I'm on my own, which I am because they're both at work, because they've got this habit of sort of behind the camera pulling faces and everything. And yeah, I did, and I did keep it in. I had a fit of giggles, but I just think it livens it up, doesn't it? I don't like to feel as though I'm coming over stroppy or serious looking, because I've had a number of people, family members, say how serious I look all the time. I don't mean to, and when I'm reading things or something, or I'm showing you something, you know, I've got creases here, and I think it's because I'm constant. I try not to come across so stiff, and I don't want to say that I'm concentrating that much, but sometimes when I want to do it all in one take, you know, I just don't want to keep splitting it and editing and things like that. I just want to go through the flow. If I make mistakes and I pronounce things wrong or say things wrong, I've said this before, I do apologise. I just go with it. I don't like keep editing. I don't want to spend the time editing when I can be doing something else. The only time I really do that is if I've got, and I've said this before, if I've got family members with us or my granddaughter or something, then I spend quite a lot of time editing pieces out, especially if we're out as a family for the day. It's a case of trying to find bits and pieces that I can actually share with you that's not fringing on families. I've lost my train of thought. This is what I mean. And yeah, their privacy and everything. Sorry about that, yeah. Mine's going. To me, it's lunchtime now. I had my breakfast really early this morning, and I must get some lunch in a bit before I do anything else, because I do not want to have another dizzy spell. Hubby will go spare if I fall down the stairs again. I've done it twice just recently, and my foot's still not mending, but it's no point going back to the doctor's surgery at the moment, because I've been to the doctors twice. I've been and seen a doctor at the hospital. I've been to A&E, and I've had an x-ray, so there's nothing else they can do. It just takes time, and hopefully it will be better soon. I know when I had a number of falls the other year, not last year, the year before, I had problems for a year and a half, and I was still having problems. And in fact, I had to go and have injections in my knee before my son got married to try and get me through the wedding and the wedding preparations. But it has its moments. I mean, it's weird because I got my it's my left foot that's really painful, and when I found down the stairs, and it's my right knee that I fell on it 2 or 3 times. And in fact, at the time when one of the times, it happened about 3 or 4 times within a matter of about a month. And one of the times we was actually away in the caravan, and my daughter-in-law and son was there before she had a granddaughter, and she was quite heavily pregnant at the time, and I fell, and it was on the gravel, and it was where I fell over one of the guide ropes because I was bringing in shopping, and she did feel sick. She had to go. I mean, it was a lot worse than what it was actually, but I don't know if anybody else has screamed, but blood was just literally coming off my knee. It was running down my leg, and hubby wanted to take me to the hospital. I said, no, let's put a compost on it, compressed on it. See, I'm doing it again. Compressed on it, bandaged it all up, and I said, we're going back home the next day anyway, and I said, oh, I'll go and get it checked over by the doctor. So I was put on antibiotics because of infection. So, and then the time before that, I banged the same knee, and I fell up a couple of steps going to the caravan, and I banged all my head and my eye. And hubby feels embarrassed because it looks really bad, because he thinks people are going to think it is doing something to me. You know, it's like when I was on warfarin, he felt really bad. It was April time. My eldest son at the time, well now, my first son, he actually was premature by 8 weeks, and I had a number of different medical problems, and I ended up being put on warfarin because I had a blood clot on my lung. Sorry, I think someone might be at the door, I'm not sure. And of course with warfarin, if anybody knows, any slight knock and you bruise up, and this is what I had. I knocked my eye on the cupboard, black eye, I had bruises all down my arms. So yes, I'm gonna have to go. That is my Iceland food shop. First of all, I want to apologise for the waffle earlier on. I've now put my shopping away and I have had my lunch, so I'm going to get this part organised so that it can actually be put away. And up in the loft, better late than never, as I keep saying, so I'm going to get this done. As I said, I've got bits and pieces back from family members, like my granddaughter's Easter baskets, these. I said, well, if you don't mind, I mean, they were only going to go into storage anyway, my relatives, so I said, well, I'll have them back and I can store them back in my box, so I've got them for next time, and I've got plenty of eggs here as well. So I'm glad now that I have now managed to get everything together so that I can now put everything away. So I'm going to bring the box over. Excuse all the mess. I want to give this room a good do if I have time. So here we are, here's the box. And so I can now start putting everything in. I might actually be able to empty one of these boxes and reuse it in another area and put it in here. As I said, it is actually not solving the situation where I'm supposed to be reducing my decor down, but I did say that I'd get rid of more of my Christmas decor. But as I said, some of the items I've had this year have been a lot bigger. Now I've got all my windows open, so excuse any noises from outside and the curtains rustling. It's just I wanted to air the house out while the weather is decent enough, although it keeps coming over black. So follow me along anyway. So I'm going to put these in here, and as you can see I did measure it so I can make sure that everything actually goes in correctly and it will fit in. So this is the main reason, at least the rag does squish down. So But I don't want it so it's all sort of, you know, really squished together. Although certain things can be actually padded down. And there's always something that gets missed, as I showed you when I was doing my bits and pieces. They're the things that take the longest. And I said there's always things that sort of get missed. And then you're left with these things, aren't you? Right, so these have got to go in. Some more. All the extra go in that one. And now I'm going to go in there like so. All the eggs together. After I was decluttering my bags, I've now got a few back. So they're there. Just need to check if all these are okay. So I could probably empty one of them into here, which I might do actually. Just refreshing my mind what's in each of the boxes. So I might put so I might transfer a lot of this, because a lot of this is all in boxes, I think. Imagine hubby turning around. He does know about this box because he was with me when we bought it. I could just imagine him turning around and saying, well, I thought you were supposed to be reducing things and now we've got more boxes. So if I do it this way, I think the Halloween is all, I'm not sure if all Halloween's actually in plastic boxes. As I said, I think that was one still needed sorting out. So that's all in there. Make sure that's secure because I don't want that to get broken. Like so. So what I do is I just take my little stuff. Not that can't tell what it is. What we'll do is I've got thick packing tape that I will put on the boxes just to secure it a bit more. And this one I can reuse. Sometimes this is what I do. And then say next year we will see what is used. I said all this was basically used. And as I say, you all need to tape it up. And then they can all go up in the loft, and I've got another reusable box there. So I've got a few, I'm hoping I'm coming over okay. So I'm aware of the noises in the background. I just didn't want to close my windows, so that job's done. Tick, need to get it up in the loft tonight. Right, so I've packed all the boxes up as you saw earlier, and they've got the thick tape on just to secure the lids off, so when they're tilted to go up in the loft access, they don't, the lids don't come off. This is the loft, and hubby's just about to get the ladder down. Just needs the little 2 steps ladder there. Stall is because we have to hook the little pole over to get the ladder down. Or then again, you could just stand on the steps. We have got a pole, haven't we?
Yeah, but I'm taller. You're shorter.
I'm a short person. Right, as you can see, I did measure the box to make sure it fit up in the loft. So hubby's just going to stack them up. We do have a routine where everything goes. Like Christmas is further back. We've got Halloween, we've got Easter, and we've got Valentine's Day. That's all the boxes back up in the loft now. So I think we're due for no more boxes down now until Halloween. So that'll be the next lot, and I'll have a sort through my Halloween decorations as well when they come back down. Does everything look okay up there?
Yeah, I didn't realise. I think we got 2 boxes of TY beanies.
Yeah, they belong to each of our boys. But I've got to have a word with Matthew to see whether he's actually taking them or not. Thanks, Dylan.
Are you putting the ladder up?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
All done. You can have your bath now.
I'm going to need it.
Right, I'm about to finish my video here for the day. Hubby's in the bath. My son will be coming home from work soon, so I'm going to have to sort out dinner. I'm just watching an episode from The Good Witch, the series, which I'm enjoying watching. I'm still on the same episode, same series that I've already seen, but I started it from the beginning again because I know there's a new season on Netflix. And I'm recording it off the TV at the moment, so it's sort of in between Netflix and what's being recorded on TV. And it's the snow one where the town's been hit by a really bad snowstorm. That's the one I'm watching at the moment. Yeah, I'm on a t-shirt and I'm watching a snowstorm. So thanks for watching, and follow me on my day on getting stuff done. I've said this before, I like watching these sort of videos because it's great motivation to get your own things done, even if you're watching YouTube at the same time, you know, just to give you that little bit of motivation. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Goodbye.